What's going on, everybody on YouTube? Griffin here, coming back with another quick live stream pre-market for you guys. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel and wondering what we're all about, we pretty much go live almost every single day for stock market trading. Obviously right now we're pre-market because I still have a lot going on with moving to Texas and whatnot. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that I just moved recently here and we still have quite a bit to do. Probably next week we'll fully start getting back in the full motion of things where we do trading every single day live during market hours. At least that's the goal. Tomorrow I'm probably just not going to go live because we're going into the holiday weekend, and it's generally a really slow day. The Friday before 3-day weekend tends to be really slow, especially after the lunch hour. Everybody starts heading out early and whatnot, so today's pretty much the last day for stock market trading. But what I really wanted to just tell you guys was, again, another update. Like I mentioned, I told you guys that I was at least at the minimum going to keep you updated with like my results and everything, and so far still not doing too bad. You can see yesterday we ended up about $461, which is obviously up 22% on the account, which is obviously pretty good. And then for the week, I did cut 2 losses. One was Cisco, it was about a $30 $40 loss, something like that, and then Walmart, that was also about like $100 loss. So with that being said, still so far within the last week I'm still up over $847 for the week, so really not that bad, to be honest. I mean, it's crazy just finally finding something that clicks with me. So definitely encouraging, to say the least. We're averaging roughly about $500 a day right now, so I mean that's really encouraging. The only ones that I'm a little bit worried about right now is which one was it? My XOP call up here, or no, not up here, the one down here, because you can see I have 5 calls at $43. They were in the money when I placed them, or not in the money, they were pretty close to at the money. And obviously right now with XOP, we can look at it pre-market. Obviously it's continued to sell off here, but what I'm looking for is a potential double bottom forming around $42. I'm going to watch it really closely this morning, see what kind of happens with that. Obviously oil futures, when you look at oil overall, you can see it's obviously sold off too here the last few days. We made lots of money on oil puts, XOP puts. We made over $700 on that. But what I'm looking for is some sort of a double bottom within these. So what was I going to say too? With oil futures, you can see right here kind of a support roughly right around 70, 60, 70, 75. We'll see what happens for sure. It's more defined on XOP, if I recall. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better right here, right around. It might dip still another, who knows how much total, probably 10 cents or so. Like I said, around $42. So, I mean, I'm just gonna watch it closely, see what happens. These calls expire, I believe, next Friday. Yeah, June 1st. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, I'm expecting tomorrow to be a pretty slow day overall, unless there's some more news comes out. If you're wondering why oil dropped so much, it's because OPEC came out and pretty much said they're considering starting to pretty much pump out some more oil, essentially, because the reason that had been going up is with Venezuela, Syria, all the stuff going on in the world, and sanctions and whatnot that have been placed on like these oil big producing countries. So OPEC's kind of stepping in saying if worse gets to worse, we'll start pumping again. So that caused a pretty big sell-off recently with oil. However, you can even see on our, was this the 10-day or 20-day? You can see we're getting close to our SMA on that 20-day line. I believe the 10-day as well, if I remember right. So we dipped just below it. It was yesterday that we were around it. So again, what I want to see is it bounce at or above 42, pretty much about where it is right now. Every time it gets near 42, it bounces back up a little. So next thing you're going to see is a resistance around 43. If it does happen to bounce, complete the quote-unquote double bottom that we've seen on our 1 day. Right here, I don't even know if I want to call it a double bottom yet. Like I said, I want to see just how it plays out this morning and this afternoon. But it's definitely going to be interesting to watch. Like I said, overall, I'm still bullish on oil long term. Like this summer, I still believe oil is going to reach possibly near $80. I don't believe much higher than 80, but either way, like I mentioned in our Discord chat, I believe that oil was due for a pretty big pullback regardless from a technical analysis standpoint. And then obviously OPEC came out with this news, so that pretty much just put the nail in the coffin for the time being. So The June 1st calls I'm just slightly worried about. I mean, we still got a little over a week, so I'm not real worried about it. However, if we break the $42 support on XOP, which is about, if I remember right, like a 70-80, or not 70-80, what was it? Let me check oil futures. I think it was a little lower than that. Yeah. What was the support? Let me zoom out here on our 5-day. Forget where the overall support was on this one. Yeah, okay. So as long as we like stay around this 70-70, 70-50 area, I'm not going to be too worried about it. But again, I'll be watching it closely, and I'll be sure to, I might hop on here tomorrow morning just to kind of update you guys if I decide to like cut losses or whatever, or make any big changes in like my overall outlook or anything. But like I said, what I really want to see here is for us to just go ahead and almost form this like cup and handle, so to speak, and just go on back up. Obviously, either way, we're going to have a resistance probably around $43 in all honesty, maybe just a little bit under 43, between 42.75 and 43. Either way, it's going to take a couple days for it to fully go on back up to like north of $43, $44 on up. Overall, my price target for XOP for the long term is between $45 and $47. Before we quote-unquote tap out, so to speak. Like I said, I don't see oil really going past $80, but who knows, anything can happen at the end of the day. That's what we were talking about last night. We can all throw out random numbers, but when I'm throwing out quote-unquote random numbers, I'm at least trying to get it pretty close. I try to be more conservative than anything else. But yeah, like I said, overall, I'm pretty happy with my results so far this week. SPY, I put SPY calls yesterday right around the Fed minutes. Right now, that's currently up like $200 something, $280, so pretty good return so far. I meant to pull that up too. I think I had it pulled up when we started the stream. It looked like it was pulling back a little bit this morning. I think the markets are actually predicted to start down slightly. It looks like NASDAQ might be, no, NASDAQ's going to be negative too. The markets are kind of just doing this yo-yo number again this morning. To be honest, it almost feels like one of those minor red to green days that I keep mentioning. Just feels like one of those days to me, but we'll see. I mean, it could end up being a bloodbath of a day. I doubt it. I think, if anything, tomorrow might be a red day, just because, again, there's going to be such little volume in the market that anything can happen. Either it's going to be a huge red day or it's going to be a huge green day, or it could just be an unch day where we go plus or minus 0.1%, one of those days everybody hates. Either way, I'm probably not going to be doing too much, if any, trading tomorrow, just because, like I said, I just don't want to take any risk like that on myself. And then, I'm assuming you guys seen that I also have, if I pull my home page back up here, I also have a few calls on BAC, which is Bank of America, for those of you that don't know. Right now, I'm up about $30 on that. Nothing major, but pre-market is down a little bit as well. Most of the market is right now this morning. Overall support right around $30, of course. I placed the calls right around like 30.28 or 30.30, something like that. So if this opens about where it is now, all those gains will probably disappear. If not most of it, it'll probably be up like $5 or something. But again, we'll see what happens. I mean, the financials are down, if I remember right, the last day or two. Okay, so just today. So I would not be surprised in all honesty if we retest 30 and again almost form some kind of a quote-unquote double bottom, maybe, and then go on back up to 30, 31. But yeah, so what I also wanted to show you guys was my trend line. I think it was 180 day possibly. Okay, so we'll zoom in right here. So you can see overall lately, Bank of America has been slightly in this descending pattern, slightly. It's trying, you could draw it like this and then show that it's breaking out possibly, but I just like to look big picture. Of course, overall it is still slightly descending. So if it can break above 31 and actually break out to like make a new recent high, like a, what would it be, a 90-day high possibly? Not quite a new 60-day high, 2-month high essentially. If it can make a new 2-month high of like 32 plus, then yes, we're back on bullish on financials overall, not just Bank of America. One thing to watch is the dividend coming up, so, and that is what, next weekend, next Thursday. So that's something to watch going into like next Monday, Tuesday, early market week. People want to get in so they can get those dividends, of course. But we'll see how that affects Bank of America specifically. That call also expires, I believe. Yeah, all of my options expire June 1st. That's pretty much all I got right now. It's just a couple of XOP. I picked up a couple other ones. If I remember right, these were only up a couple dollars. Yeah, $4, which is probably going to disappear by this morning because I placed them at like, what, 42.35 or something like that is when I actually placed the order. And obviously XOP is still down around that 42 mark right now, 42.05 to be exact. If it continues to drop, I think, like I said, overall support right around 42, but if it drops, you could see it drop all the way back down to 40 possibly before hitting a true support, like a true, like, real, you can see, I'll go ahead and draw it right here. Just go ahead and get this drawn. So you can see why I said overall right around 40. It could be a little less or a little higher, but right around $40 is like the major support, and then the next support, like I said, is right around 42. So overall, we'll see what happens. I look for it to bounce here though, but we'll see. I mean, oil could go full-fledged bearish if OPEC does in fact go through, but they even said they wouldn't go through it until like mid-late June. It sounds like their meeting is like June 22nd or something like that, so it's gonna be a while either way. That's why I'm still, at least for the next few weeks, I wouldn't say few months, few weeks at the minimum, I'm still pretty bullish on oil. Let me check our stream really quick, make sure we're still doing alright. We're doing alright still. We got one of you tuning in. Hopefully you're doing alright this morning. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So pretty much the ones that I'm really watching today are obviously XOP and then just SPY, because those are the two that I'm holding that have the most equity within them and obviously have pretty decent profits. Where SPY is currently, I would probably lose, I would say, close to half of my profits currently. I'm up, like I said, 280 right now. If it opens right around where it is right now, I'd probably open still up about 120, 140, maybe a little less, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm not going to sell at the bell or anything. I'm going to let the market play out, and we'll see what happens throughout the day. And like I said, if I have any big moves, if I close any positions or anything, either way, I'll probably hop on at least for a few minutes again tomorrow morning just to, again, update you guys on everything. But yeah, we got about 10 minutes till the market open. See where I am, it's 8:20 Central Time in Texas. I love this state, man. But I mean, if you guys have any questions or anything, now would definitely be the time to shout those out. But yeah, another thing I wanted to mention too is, like, when it comes to options, I'm more leaning towards, again, it's all about sticking with what you know. And pretty much what's really changed since I've started, like, making some pretty damn good profits, obviously, this last week, is that I'm sticking with just a couple of different things, mostly SPY, XOP, and then like a couple financials like Citigroup or Bank of America, occasionally XLF or XLE. Again, just like ETFs for the most part. I'm not really doing companies too often. Like I said, I'll do Nike occasionally. I'll do what else have I done? Under Armour, of course. Just sticking with what I know. Companies I know, ETFs I know quite a bit about, and just going with it. And I know a lot of people can't afford to do options on SPY, so if you're wondering, like, what would you do options on that's like inverse of SPY, that'd be UVXY, and that's just essentially VIX to keep it short. And obviously VIX tends to go inverse of the market. So you can see here, just look at UVXY and then look at SPY. Pretty much an inverse chart, right? You can see SPY had gone, look at the chart here, SPY had gone up, kind of consolidated, started dipping a little bit this morning, and you can see what UVXY had gone down throughout the day, kind of consolidated, and then started to push up a little this morning. And as you can see, it's only around $11, and Obviously, the in the money, out the money options are still going to be a little more expensive, around $100 plus, generally speaking, depending on if you're doing calls, puts, etc. But it's still overall pretty cheap compared to SPY. Like, just put it this way, I was checking this morning, in the money put, for example, if you wanted to do a put, I'm not saying what to do, I'm just saying, for example, a June 8th in the money put was like, if I remember right, $116. It was either June 1st or June 8th. I want to say June 8th because that was what I was looking at for today. A June 8th put in the money, like at $11 essentially, or at the money, so to speak, was $116 or $112, something like that. Or if you did it at the money, June 1st, June 8th, whichever, like I said, put or call on SPY, is about $170, $185. So again, it just depends on how the market's moving, all that good stuff. But overall, UVXY is slightly cheaper than SPY, and all you need to know is that it does move inverse of the market. So if you think the market's going to be up on the day, then you'd put puts, generally speaking, on UVXY, or short term even. Like, let's say you think overall the market's going to kind of have some down days on the week, say 3 out of 5 days are down, so you put calls on UVXY. So just as simple as that. And you can, I mean, let's even zoom out a little bit further so you can kind of just see what I mean, how it moves inverse of the market. So you can see it's down the last, 10 days. So if we look at SPY, boom, you can see it's been up for the most part the last week or two. See, SPY, UVXY. Just inverse, essentially. So I just want to bring that to your all's attention really quickly before I go ahead and start wrapping this up, because I know a lot of people generally can't afford too many SPY calls. Like me, I have like 5 SPY calls if I recall. Yeah, 5 of them, and that cost me, I forget how much, like $1,000 or something like that, close to $1,000. So 280. So yeah, about 900 roughly, just a little over $900. I mean, most people don't have that in their account. Given I have extra buying power because I do have Robinhood Gold now, which is why it shows I'm like able to trade right now with still about 5 minutes till market open. But yeah, that's just, again, just something I wanted to bring to your all's attention really quickly. Looks like the markets are trying to go back up here, which is awesome. I'd love to see that happen. But yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and start wrapping this up since we only have a few minutes now until market open. Again, cannot thank you guys enough for support. And again, I'm sorry for we got 3 of you tuning in. Good morning, good morning. But again, I'm sorry. I apologize just for like how our stream schedule has kind of gotten a little mixed up recently. Like I said, we're still just getting settled in. We still got to do like licensing and getting our driver's license switched over, getting our bank account set up down here, because we stick with regional banks for the most part, and we just got a lot of stuff still to do. So thanks again for those of you that are sticking through it, and like I said, hopefully next week we'll definitely get back in the swing of things. It'll still probably not be like super long streams like you all are accustomed to for the time being until we get into our own place and get everything set up. You can see I'm like set up kind of in a corner here. But once we get in our own place, we'll get back to like the 4 to 6, 7 hour market stream. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that, of course. But at least starting next week, hopefully I can stay on at least like through the morning session, or maybe hop on for the afternoon session. Just one of the two, just play it by ear essentially. How's it going, Sir Chu? Good morning, good morning. But and then of course I'm always like in our Discord chat, so I didn't even mention that. If you're new, definitely consider joining that Discord chat. Always nice adding new people there. But yeah, so I'll probably hop over there here within the next probably half hour. Just got a couple things I still got to do really quickly this morning. And then obviously the market opening, I'll probably make a couple moves possibly. Maybe close a couple positions. Probably not a couple. If anything, I'll probably just close SPY, but we'll see here how it moves. But yeah, so I'll be in the Discord chat here very, very soon, of course. If you want to, like I said, feel free to join if you're new, and definitely consider hitting that subscribe button below if you are new as well. But good luck, everyone. Hopefully you all end this week on a green note. Like I said, so far, even with the closed positions that are the 2 closed positions that were red this week, we're still up about $900. Well, not $900, about $850 this last week overall. So exciting stuff for sure. But like I said, good luck. Hopefully you guys make some money to end the week. Be careful this afternoon and Friday. Like I said, volume will be declining as we're going into the holiday weekend, which sucks. I hate holiday weekends because then we can't make money on Monday because the markets will be closed, of course. So make the most out of today, and I'll see you guys in Discord and probably tomorrow morning. But until next time, guys, keep on going out there making them profits, covering the profits, and achieving some financial freedom this year. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow morning or today in the Discord group chat. Take it easy, guys.